ST Dupont are known for their luxury lighters and their quality craftsmanship, with their most popular lighters ranging over $1,000. But does the same quality and craftsmanship travel into their cheaper lighters? Well, today we are looking at the Hooked X Dupont lighter, which costs under 60 euros or under $70. The Hooked X Dupont lighter is a single flame torch lighter, which was first announced in 2019 and was later discontinued. The lighter comes with, in this box, which is just a small cardboard box, and it comes with a, let's see if I can get it out, a manual, like normal, and this hook, which you can get through the large loop here on the side, which can be sometimes a bit of a hassle, but so. And then you can use this hook to hook the lighter onto like your belt loop or onto a backpack and so on and so forth. This is the cheapest ST Dupont lighter that has been produced up until now, at least as far as I know. And it's not exactly an ST Dupont lighter, it's a hashtag Dupont lighter, which you can see on the side here. That's the hashtag. And then Dupont, as not to, an attempt to not damage the brand name of ST Dupont. The lighter, as I mentioned before, comes in at around like 49 to 59 euros and about a $69 MSRP. Whereas at the moment, the cheapest ST Dupont lighter is the Maxi Jet and comes in at around like 205 euros of 220 euros. And before this was the Mini Jet, which came in officially at about 145 euros, and you could get around like 100 euros if you knew where to look. The Hooked X Dupont lighter has a lot of different designs to choose from. That's why I choose this nice red design, but there are a lot of options. And the lighter measures at around like 3.5 centimeters wide by 6.6 centimeters tall by like 1.1 centimeters thick, which is about 1 inch wide, 2.6 inches tall, and 0.43 inches thick. Coming in at 67 grams means that the lighter has a nice weight to it, which also adds to the quality experience of this lighter. So, as I mentioned before, this is a single flame torch lighter and it consists of a two-step ignition process. So first you flip open the lid and then you simply just press this down, and it produces a nice clean single flame torch. And at first, when you look at the lighter, you might think that this is a side ignition, but it's just, as I demonstrated, a simple push down, which had me confused the first time, I'm not gonna lie. And also it has a bit of a wiggle room here, which could be a bit strange, but that is just because this entire column moves down into this part as the ignition process. So that is why it has a bit of a wiggle, so to speak. And after you are done lighting your cigar, you can just simply flip the lid closed and then you can just put it away. Some of the pros of this lighter are that it's very portable. The hook allows you to attach the lighter to many different things. And in accordance with the hook, it's also not a huge lighter. It's small enough so you can fit it in your pocket. I usually carry my lighters in my pocket, in the small pocket above your pocket, which was usually made for your pocket watch, which also makes it nice and easy to access your lighter every time. which I quite like. It is also small enough to fit in most travel humidors and can even fit in some cigar cases. So this is a 3-fingered cigar case where you can fit 3 cigars in there. Then you have a Robusto in here, and you can just simply fit it in on the side. You should have flipped the ring up, and then you can close it up. And then when you're ready to smoke, you can simply just pull it out of the case, and there you go. And the lighter has a super reliable ignition, so every time you try to light your lighter, it gives you a solid, reliable flame every time. And the flame is very precise, so also with it being a single torch, it makes it easy to direct the flame, and especially when you are touching up your cigar, you can be really precise with your torch. As I mentioned before, the wave of the lighter makes it feel really nice in your hands. This, in addition to the nice construction quality and the materials the lighter is made of, makes it a really nice lighter to use every day. Some cons / negatives about this lighter are the lighter does not have a fuel window. So on the side it says hooked instead of a fuel indication, which can be a deal breaker for some people. Me personally, it doesn't bother that much because I always refill my lighter just before I leave the door to make sure I always have a nice and filled lighter and it gets me through my evening or my day. Then the top of the lighter when you're lighting a cigar, so this metal part can get hot, especially after you're toasting the foot of your cigar and then getting a nice light on it. It gets really hot as to the point that you don't want to touch it, and it feels like maybe you can burn your fingers on it. This could be a quirk of my particular lighter, but it's something to keep in mind, especially when you are lighting the cigar, to make sure that you don't accidentally burn your fingers on it. Then still, it's a single flame torch lighter. So nowadays, a lot of people smoke as larger ring gauges, so your 60 ring gauges, your Gorda sizes, and so on and so forth. So it can take a while to light your cigar. So you have to be patient and take a lot more time and effort into lighting it. I usually smoke Robusto sized cigars, which is about a 50 ring gauge. And it does take a bit of time to light your cigar, but for me this is not a problem. And if this is a problem for you, you might want to look into a twin torch, a triple torch, or maybe a quad torch flame lighter. But this is not a quirk exclusively to this lighter. This is just something every single flame torch lighter has. As you can hear, this lighter does not have the signature ST Dupont ping sound. It just has a thud sound, more or less. But this is to be expected of a lighter in under the 60 euros range or under the $70 range, because there are only 2 lighters in the current Dupont portfolio that actually do have this signature ping, and that is the Line 2 and the Le Grand. And the ping comes from the way the lighter is built, and those lighters are built exclusively fully out of brass, and that's also what gives it this ping. And this is not made fully out of brass. This lighter is not made fully out of brass, which is also not possible for a lighter at this price point. In my experience, you can get about 4 to 5 Robusto sized cigars out of one tank with this lighter. That includes touching up your cigar and relighting the cigar when it's gone out. Furthermore, I'm not a big fan of the hook. For me, when I'm lighting a cigar, when you're opening it, it makes the lighter a bit more difficult to keep in your hand, which is usually why I have used lighter without this hook attached, and I usually just keep the hook in the box. When the lighter first came out, you could also buy a chain to go with this lighter. Use this chain to attach the lighter to your pants more easily or to your bag. But this chain was not a big success, and for me as well, like I wouldn't have bought this chain. Would I recommend this lighter? Yes, I would recommend this lighter. It's a really nice lighter with nice quality. It gets you a consistent flame and has never failed me when lighting a cigar. When I chose this lighter, I chose this lighter out of two other options, which is on the top of my head, the Cigar Alum and the Colibri Daytona. So the reason why I chose this one instead of the Cigar or the Colibri is due to its portability. So the Cigar was quite small and was more easily portable, but then you would have also a very small gas tank, which means you could light like maybe 1 to 2 or max 3 cigars, which for me was too little. And the Colibri was just too big for me to put comfortably in your pocket. And because I usually keep my lighters in my pocket, and especially the small pocket, which was made for your pocket watch, the Colibri simply wouldn't fit in there. So this lighter is not too expensive. It has, as mentioned multiple times, and also the lighter has a great quality for the price tag it comes with.
In the beginning of this video, I said that the lighter was discontinued, which means that there is only a limited stock left. But if you can find one, especially for the price that I mentioned before, it's still a great choice, and it has a great value to performance ratio.
So with this, we have come at the end of the video. I want to thank you for watching. If you've liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of this content, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And I will see you here next time.